Welcome to Find It in Fergus Falls. I'm Lisa Workman with the Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. Well, everything throughout the community is merry and bright as we get ready for the holiday season, or as we are part of the holiday season. I want to thank everyone who participated in the holiday shopping spree giveaway. This was the first year of this shopping promotion, encouraging folks to shop locally, and boy, Fergus Falls, you knocked it out of the park once again. So thank you to everyone who participated, who shopped locally so far and throughout the year into the holidays. We collected more than 1,000 forms, which means that there was over $250,000 that stayed local during the holiday shopping spree giveaway campaign. All the winners can be found on the Chamber's Facebook and Instagram, so check those out if you want to find out who won all the gift card packages that we gave away. Well, with it being the holiday season and it's December now, typically we've moved snow a few times. And so we've invited Guy Taylor with the City of Fergus Falls Public Works Department to join us on the show. We know the snow is coming, and Guy's going to give us some, before it actually happens, some tips and some guidelines to follow when the snow arrives. So stay tuned.
Wash and go, get your shine on. Wash and go.
While you may not mind driving around with a dirty vehicle, the truth is, dirt is abrasive and can eat away at your car's clear coat over time. Wash and Go is open 24 hours, 7 days a week to keep your car clean and shining. Wash and Go, a locally owned business supporting our local community. Wash local with Wash and Go, and don't forget to download the Touch for Wash app or unlimited car wash packages.
Wash and go, get your shine on. Wash and go, wash and go.
Welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. City of Fergus Falls Director of Public Works, Guy Taylor, joining me on the show today.
Yeah, good morning.
Glad to have you here.
Good to be with you.
It's, there's always things going on with Public Works, right? I mean,
Always.
year
yes.
round.
Yeah.
And typically, this time of year, our shovels have had a workout already, and our snow blowers need a tune-up and those kind of things. And I think we've been kind of lulled into a little complacency. At least I know I'm not sure where all the shovels and all the snow removal equipment are.
Yeah.
How's it looking for the city?
We're not quite there to complacency, but we definitely are enjoying this reprieve. Everything's ready to go when the snow does come, which it eventually will. Yeah. But yeah, definitely been nice to have the warmer fall and early winter, and nice on the budget too.
Oh, absolutely.
People like to hear that, yeah.
Yep. It saves the city a considerable amount of money on hours and in materials and wear and tear on
Fuel,
the plows. Right, fuel. Well, with the price of fuel going down too, so that all comes into play, and are definitely things that are part of the overall budget of the city that are out of control. Like not out of control like in a crazy sort of way,
Right,
but out of you can't.
Costs.
Yeah.
There's no way around
It is what it is.
You can't cut them.
Yep.
Right. So
this little break has been kind of nice. Probably nice on staff too. No middle of the night getting up and having to move snow.
Yeah, we've got a few new staff, so we're taking the time to train them on their routes.
Sure.
And, the veterans on the staff, they like the overnights.
Sure.
For a time.
Yep. For a while.
A change in their schedule, but it does wear on everybody after a few months. So.
Right, especially when we've had some very severe winters where we've had back to back to back snowstorms where we're like, where are we going to put it all?
Right. Yeah, we have had to get creative and store snow in various places. We've got a nice area to stockpile snow down at our shop, and then we've got an area on Western Drive. Western Avenue. We've stockpiled on the old dairy property before and on the RTC. So
all those plans are in place.
They are.
For the snow storage, for the snow that is yet to come.
Yeah.
But as residents and businesses, there's things that we can do to prepare too, whether it's, making sure we have a salt supply. We've had some icy days. We need to take care of the sidewalks in front of our properties.
Yes, for sure. We do have some code requirements for the residents in that regard. When it does snow, the city code does say that the residents should have their sidewalks cleared within 24 hours after the storm has ceased.
Okay.
So,
and that's
that
after
shoveling.
it snows how much? Is there a...
There's no defined amount.
Sure.
In that regard. Where we do have a defined amount is when we start plowing.
Okay,
Our snow policy says that we'll start plowing when we've received 3 inches.
okay,
But a lot of times we're out before that anyway, just because it doesn't always just fall so nice and gently.
Sure.
It's blowing across and drifting, and so a lot of times we're out before 3 inches.
right. And of course, if it's a blizzard type storm where it's dangerous to be out traveling, I would imagine you kind of wait a little bit before.
Yeah, we do. We don't have a full response on storms like that. We do have a couple of vehicles, a plow or a grader, a truck plow or a grader,
Sure.
out keeping the emergency routes and the main roads open.
Okay,
Yeah, those are like Lincoln Avenue, Union Avenue, Cascade, Fir Avenue.
sure,
The main roads for emergency vehicles to be able to get around town.
perfect.
If they're
So
needed.
if they're needed, right, and this is all, we know it's coming. We know,
Yeah.
it snowed every year, I think, that I've been alive, and,
Yeah.
and it all melts every year.
Yeah.
So, that's part of the cycle of filling up the lakes and rivers of, is the snow coming down. You were talking about emergency vehicles. There is a set plan for snow emergencies too. We should talk a little bit about that, because that can get confusing, and I would imagine since last winter, some people probably have moved. So they're,
Yeah, true.
they have a new address.
Yeah.
So how does that
Yeah.
all work?
It does get a little confusing, and when a snow emergency is declared, it's on a case-by-case basis. The police chief, the city administrator, and I, we confer and we decide if it's a warranted step we need to take. And how it works is if an address will,
Say
Just-
202 South Court.
202 South Court, so
Yeah,
if
that's
we.
the chamber.
Okay, if we declare a snow emergency at 5 PM on
The
an
day that
even
it's
day
declared.
of the
Okay.
calendar.
Yep.
So if it's the 12th of December, 202 South Court, you can park on that side of the street, the even side of the street, starting
Okay.
at 5 PM. You can park there till 5 PM the next day.
Okay.
And then at 5 PM on the odd day,
You move
anybody
over to
can-
the odd side of the street?
Exactly.
Okay.
And goes for another 24-hour period and just alternates back and forth, with 5 PM being the starting point.
So
starting
really,
ending point.
it's kind of that when you get home from work that night, you could park on the side of the street that is, if it's the 12th, on the even side. If it's the 9th, you'd park on the odd side.
Exactly.
And then move to the other side the next day.
Right. When you get off work, just park on the other side.
Sure.
I wasn't around when that was implemented, but I think that's the rationale, was time it for when people are typically coming home from work.
Right, right, so they know where to go. And again, we know this is all coming. I would imagine there'll be notices sent out via social media, usually radio. There's always stories of snowstorms covered in the Daily Journal, so lots of
Yeah.
ways that people
We
can get that notification.
Did just have an article in the Journal. Gene puts it out on our website. It was in a utility bill flyer. so
Sure.
We do try to get the word out.
We all have short memories, though, I think, sometimes, is that, it hasn't snowed much yet, so
Right?
we kind of tend to forget about it. But now's a good time to be prepared.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people are
Yeah.
preparing for the holidays. Get yourself prepared, make sure your own snow blower is running. You've got, the handles of your shovels are sturdy.
Yeah. Nothing worse than a loose shovel or
Yeah.
handle on your shovel.
No,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Well, yeah, and you've got a great team that goes out there and clears the roads and makes it safe. And
We do, and the street department, led by Todd Bjerkley, he's a great leader in that department. He is working with a few new guys, like I mentioned, so.
sure,
Not that that is gonna really delay us, but if a little grace could be given,
Sure.
these new guys do need to learn their routes
Yep.
in real time. I mean,
and in real snow.
right, yeah, they've studied their maps and they've driven the routes, but it's nothing like doing it real time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And every snow is different too. You have that fluffy kind of what I call a dry snow that's not very heavy. And then you have the heavy, wet, sloshy snow. I would imagine that each takes a little bit different wear and tear and timing on how they move it.
It does. The heavy wet ones definitely are just the most difficult.
Definitely.
It's crazy how a multi-thousand-pound vehicle can get pushed sideways by pushing a
Pushing
blade
snow.
full of snow.
Yeah.
So
Frozen water.
yeah, right. Yeah, so it's causing the tires to slip, plus the weight of the snow in the blade. It's pretty amazing to watch that vehicle go sideways.
Yeah, and it's a good reminder for folks too, that if you are behind a plow, give them space. Give
Yeah.
them plenty of space.
That's definitely appreciated. We've got trucks with wing plows on them now, so they're extra wide. So if you are getting impatient, don't be tempted to go around on the right side of
Yeah.
a plow truck.
Bad idea.
Yeah, you could get caught up.
Always a bad idea.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're not expecting people on that side too.
Right.
So with all this, Guy, are there, from what I hear, there's another way in addition to traditional forms of communication that folks can find out about these snow emergencies? An app maybe through their phone?
Yeah, it's called Smart 911.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you look on the city website, there's a way there where you can sign up for receiving notifications. It would be for snow emergencies. Recently, it was used for a lost child.
Okay.
So it's for any kind of emergencies, but we'll definitely utilize it for snow emergencies.
Sure, so folks can go to the city's website and find information on that.
Sign up right there.
Sign up right there, and then they can even download an app on their phone, and that works in conjunction with Otter Tail County as well.
Correct, yeah.
So you get notifications through there too.
Right. One more thing that's really helpful, a couple things, for snow removal. If it's your garbage or recycling day, if you could get your can off of the street as soon as possible after
Sure.
it's picked. And then if on the day of your pickup, if it's snowed, if you just put it more up on the curb rather than down in the gutter of the street.
Okay.
Is helpful.
Yep, good to
And
know.
Parking on the street really hinders our efficiencies, so if you can get your car off of the street, park it up on the driveway, even make a space in your yard temporarily.
Yep.
That really helps us get through the city
Yeah, 'cause-
quicker.
Right, because that doesn't usually change much, you know, you still have refuse and recycling collection.
Right.
It has to happen too,
Yeah,
so.
for sure, yeah, that has to keep going. So if residents are just aware that it's garbage day, it snowed, if they could just watch the truck, if it's possible, see when it's emptied and get it off the street as soon as possible.
That's very helpful too.
It is.
Good tips that we all are going to need down the
will.
road
It's
when the
coming.
snow comes. Yeah, it'll happen at some point.
Yeah,
We need it. We need the moisture back in the ground too.
yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah.
Anything else that we should touch on today, Guy, when it comes to public works?
I guess for the downtown businesses, what we do for them is our policy has been since the early 90s, we'll go down each side of the street with our snow blower or sweeper or whatever.
Sure.
And we'll clear out from the building front 2 widths of our machine. And then it's the business owner, the property owner's responsibility to take it from there to the curb. So
Sure.
if we could just reiterate that to all the business / property owners downtown, that would be great.
Yeah, that's super helpful too, if you can get your area cleared, including a stepping or a path to parking.
Right. Yes, that's very
Customers don't
helpful.
like climbing over piles of snow.
No. And putting snow, whether it's shoveling it or blowing it or plowing it into the street is definitely a no-no. And actually plowing it across the street and pushing it onto somebody else's side of the street.
That's
is-
a bigger, even bigger no-no?
Yeah, yeah.
That's frowned upon.
Yeah, the others don't like that when they get somebody else's snow on their side, so.
Keep your snow to yourself.
Yeah, it really can get contentious.
Definite. Oh, I'm sure. Depend, especially when we've had long winters too,
Right,
so or
yeah.
very snowy winters.
Fuses
so.
get short.
Yep. Well, and a lot of this information, of course, can be found on the city's website. Sign up for the Smart 911. There's a lot of things going on throughout the city, and the city's been a great partner. I know they helped a lot with over the River Festival, and really does a great job of keeping the roads clear, the roads safe. You know, allowing people to get around.
Yeah, well, we're happy to help with all those events. It gives the guys a break from their everyday duties, and having said that, with no snow right now, it gives us time to catch up on other things. So there's maintenance on vehicles that's getting done that typically gets pushed off till when they have time.
Sure.
And there's building projects that are getting done. we built a new salt and sand shed this fall, so
Okay.
some finishing touches on that. And we had been in a co-op with the state of Minnesota at their facility, and now we have our own shed on our property. And
Fantastic.
that will definitely streamline things a lot and
Sure.
remove one element of discrepancy.
Of the unknown.
Yeah, there's always issues of who took what amount of sand. So now we know.
Now we know.
It's all ours.
It's all perfect, perfect. Well, thanks, Guy, to you and your crew for all the work that they do to keep our city running well.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate it.
Thanks for how you support the city too.
You bet. We'll be back after a little break.
The future is fast. The future is reliable. The future is local. The future is fiber. Park Region is committed to bringing fast, reliable, local fiber to South Battle Lake. Connect with us today at 218-998-2000 to go beyond the connection.
Welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. I want to thank Guy Taylor with the City of Fergus Falls Public Works for joining us on the show. Of course, thanks to the entire Public Works crew for keeping our city operating well. Well, if you're looking for a last-minute Christmas gift, please feel free to stop by the Chamber office and purchase Fergus Bucks. They are valid at more than 330 different Chamber member businesses throughout the community, including some of your favorites. So check those out at the Chamber office, or you can find out more details at fergusfalls.com. I'm Lisa Workman. This has been Find It in Fergus Falls, and we'll see you again next time.